Guys, so I just finished watching the Adventures with Purpose search video regarding Kiely Rodni, and you can get it through their membership for the lowest tier, which is $4.99, or you can just wait until Friday when apparently it is going to be released to everybody. It's a heavy watch. It's very emotional to watch, so I do warn you of that. Um, it's it's a lot. It's a lot. One of the things that surprised me right off the bat was I guess I was under the impression that they had gone immediately to the location of the party and the creek right there. I guess they did search other areas first. Somehow I didn't realize that. They did find her very quickly when they got to that particular location, but they had searched other areas, which I guess somehow I didn't realize that. I don't know if you did. The video starts off, they are basically given a summary of the case. You know, this is a little unusual for them because they typically do cold cases and they have found like 24 people previously. Some that have been missing like upwards to 12 years, but they don't typically do active open cases. So this was unusual for them, but you know, nonetheless, there they were. And the beginning of the video, they are talking to a gentleman who is named Nick, and he works for a roadside assistance company. So you know, like a AAA type of thing. And he's telling the story about how he saw Kiely, and he's unsure if it was right before she went missing or right after she went missing, but that he was positive that it was her. And most likely that Saturday, remember, she goes missing somewhere between, you know, the party's Friday night into the early hours of Saturday. And so he seems to believe that it was like that Saturday, but like around 11 or noon. And he is so sure that, you know, it is her because he's seen her missing poster like a week later. Now, this is just very strange. This is very strange because I think we all just kind of believe that, you know, if she drove off into that water, then she would have done it on her way home, which her phone was last pinged at, you know, like 12:30 in the morning. So why would she be roaming around all the way up until, you know, like 11 the next morning? So I don't know, you know, I don't know how much weight we put into what this gentleman is saying, but I mean, he seems really, really sure of the identity, and he gives a crazy story about how she was very disoriented. I mean, I don't know that he used the word disoriented, but he talks about how she was asking him some really strange questions, such as asking him how to put on her seatbelt correctly, and that she asked this numerous times, that he had to give her instructions on how to secure and buckle her seatbelt. And we're talking like just like how to, you know, put it into the little, you know, lock thing. Um, he also says that the call originally was made because she couldn't start her car, but after he went out there, everything was in great working order and it was just in neutral, and that she just seemed to think that the car was broke down. He talks about the fact that she was with a male and describes the male as having, I don't know, I'm from Florida, and he's saying a bro shirt. I don't know if that is the same thing that everybody here calls a wife beater. Oh God, this sounds so awful. But you know, that's what I took it to mean. That I don't know. You guys are gonna have to clarify that from me. I'm originally from up north, and although it was known as a wife beater there, it wasn't as dominantly used the term as it is down here as a wife beater, but you know, just like a white undershirt tank top kind of thing. Sorry, just I'm people watching. I'm outside. I had to feed my hogs. So I don't know. But that's apparently what that's what I take it to mean. I don't know, unless you guys know what a bro shirt is, and I'm just like way off base. But he describes him as wearing this bro shirt, and also that he had on a hat, a San Francisco hat, and that he had hair, brownish hair, that was kind of protruding out of it. He also says that this guy was like 6'3", and he says he was a little bit shorter than him, so I don't know, 6'1", maybe 6'2". I don't know. I mean, of course, Jagger came to my mind initially, but then he went on to describe him as having freckles and or acne on both sides of his face, and I just don't think that describes Jagger. And also, I guess Jagger's dad pretty much confirmed his whereabouts, you know, until after Kiely was reported missing. But then again, if this was after Kiely was reported missing, because she was reported missing right early that morning, like 8 a.m. So I guess potentially he could have been with her by 11. I mean, he's like a 4-hour drive away, I believe. So I don't know. But I don't think that description fully would describe him. So anyway, so they go and, you know, they retrieve the car. Now, the diver that goes down, also named Nick, says that the body was in the way back, which by this point we already know. He also says that the driver rear window was all the way down, and the rear passenger window was halfway down, and also says that the front driver window was intact. So now we know that, you know, it was allegedly broken when they were just trying to bring the car up, because we also saw the pictures of that window shattered. But when they went down to look at, and they do show the footage of him going down, of the diver going down, you will see it. He blurs out the part where he sees the body. He does blur that out for privacy. But they do show it, and it's really sad. You can see a little bit inside the car. There's like a Truly can and some, you know, a phone charger and some other things that you can see in the car. But he does blur out the actual body when it is found. But that whole window thing. So the driver comes up, and that moment is, it's a lot, because he comes up, and this like grown man, this like big, tough, grown looking man comes up, and he is just visibly shaken and visibly broken up. And he, you know, they've done all of these cases, but, you know, they admit that this case just really got to them because of her age and the fact that, you know, one of them has a daughter the same age. And he talks about how the body was found, and literally tells the other guy, you know, this looks really suspicious to me, call the authorities. So Doug from Adventures with Purpose responds to him that yes, he's going to call the authorities, as they always do, but first he's going to call the family. So, you know, we just did that video this morning, and all of the upset going on about who notified the family. So you see them call the family, you hear the conversation. He first calls a woman by the name of Lori, who is Kiely's aunt, and he makes it very clear, you know, and this of course is before there's an internet uproar over them contacting or not contacting the family. And he says, like, you know, hi Lori, this is, you know, Doug from Adventures with Purpose, and sorry, my dog's going nuts. And you're my point of contact. Those are the exact words he uses. You're my point of contact, so I'm just checking in with you. She's like, yes, Douglas, how are you? He says, I'm sorry to tell you that, we did find Kylie and we found her car. She starts to cry. It's heartbreaking. She tells a gentleman who's there, it's Douglas. They found Kylie. She asks if it's foul play. He doesn't really say anything. He just says basically, it's too early to tell. He asks her if she's going to, let the family know. She says yes. He then gets off the phone with her and he calls Sally. Sally is apparently Kylie's grandmother. She also becomes very upset when he gives her the news. She thanks him for all of his work. And then you see Dad and Grandpa show up, and that is so heartbreaking. He lets them know, that of course that she's in the car. Dad asks a couple of questions, if the windows were up, if she was in the driver's seat. He answers about the windows. He tells her that tells him that no, she was not in the driver's seat. She's in the back. And then Dad decides that he's going to leave because he doesn't want to stay there. He doesn't want that to be his last memory of Kylie. And it is heart-wrenching. It is heart-wrenching. Also, during the video, he talks about a text message. He, being Doug, talks about a text message that he got. And this, of course, is, unconfirmed and allegedly only. He talks about a text message that he got that Kylie had an argument with another person that evening, and he bleeps out the name. And I guess that is obviously because there's an ongoing investigation. And that it was this situation that caused the mass exodus, as it has been now termed. Everybody, or a large group of people leaving all at once, scattering away from the party. So I really would love to know more about that situation, as I'm sure that you guys will, and I'm sure that in time, if there's any authenticity to that we will know. So that's pretty much the video. It is heartbreaking. It is very well done. You see the sonar and all of that when they first locate it, and how they're not sure at first it's a car and it might be a boat, and and it kind of almost looks like an ultrasound machine kind of thing. And he's like, look, there's a wheel though. And I'm staring at it, and for the life of me, I couldn't see a wheel or anything. I couldn't even see like a shadow. So, I mean, these guys are good at what they do. To me, it like literally looked like those ultrasounds. And if you're a woman watching this, and if you've ever had a child and you've ever had an ultrasound, I don't know about you, but like the ultrasound technician used to be like so excited to show it to me, and they'd be like, you see the head and the arm and the hand. I never saw anything. I saw a big blob. And I did have a 3D ultrasound once, and that one I was able to see, and it was amazing. But like all the other ones, I would just see a blob, but the technician would be so excited because she knew what she was looking for, just like in this situation. So I would act excited because she was excited, and I wanted to be excited with her, but for her. That is kind of how this was. Like, he was so like, I see a tire, I see this, I see that, and I saw nothing. So they're very good at what they do, clearly, because they found the car. So that's that. If you have seen the video, tell me what you thought about it. Tell me what you think about the windows being down. Tell me what you think about the alleged text message that Doug got. Tell me what you think about the roadside assistance guy. Do you think he's just mistaken? Do you think that he saw somebody else? Kylie was an adorable little blonde girl, but do you think he saw another female that could fit that description? I'm not putting any names out there. That could have been driving that car. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you think. It's a lot. Tell me what you think, and I'll talk to you soon. Okay? Bye.